big event.
Yeah.
And, talk a little bit about Sunday's competition.
Hey, we're excited. You know, anytime you get to wrestle the Russians and Canadians and in Los Angeles, you know, Los Angeles is kind of a new place for us. We're excited with our new team leader, Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, Andy Barth. You know, there's a ton of energy right now in LA for wrestling, and, you know, kids like Aaron Pico floating around on the mat to, you know, Gary Barrows here in Harvard, Westlake, and then ultimately the match on Sunday.
And talked about the matchup. It's going to be Russia and Canada, and then some U.S. versus U.S. matchups.
Yeah. You know, you don't take a. Of course, we know the Iranian team's really tough, and you know it would have been a tough battle. We've got great matchups. You got Sam Hazewinkle wrestling Obi Blanc. I mean, that could be a preview of our trial finals in a month. You've got Jordan Oliver wrestling the junior world champ from Russia. You got him wrestling also the Canada wrestler who was third in the World Championships, fifth in the Olympic Games. So we've got some really good matches, you know, coming up on Sunday. So I'm pretty excited. We better be ready to wrestle.
And Coleman Scott and Opan Saad.
Yeah, that's your feature bout, right? You got Opan Saad, who's the #1 ranked wrestler in the world, and you know, obviously, I haven't seen him lose to a wrestler outside of Kudakov in 4 or 5 years, and when Stieber did it to him. But make no mistake, Saad's going to come back for some revenge on America on Sunday in his mind. So Coleman and I were talking about a little bit of strategy today on what we want to do. So, you know, you got the Olympic bronze medalist, and you got the guy that's ranked #1 in the world. You got a pretty darn good feature bout.
And then Jordan Burroughs, what are we going to see from him?
We'll let you know on that shortly.
Okay. And then Hazewinkle and Blanc will wrestle, and interesting, man. They've wrestled a few times.
Yeah, they were over here drilling today, and they're wrestling off for a world team next month. But you know, our team understands it very clearly. We need each other to be. We need each other to be good. You know, we need our #1s and #2s and #3s all battling each other, because if it's not about making the team, it's about being the world champion. And that means each American needs each other to beat the best Russian, to beat the Iranian, to beat the Cuban.
And just like you touched on, wrestling in Los Angeles and after being in New York, building some momentum there, just how exciting is that?
Well, I mean, New York was unbelievable. If you look at this week of wrestling, and you know, this is World Wrestling Month here in May, but if you want to pick the week where it was great for us, you had America, Iran, Russia, Canada all banding together in the United States with World Olympic medalists flying at each other, and all for something bigger than the win, and that's for the win for wrestling and keeping it in the Olympic Games.
And talk about your workout today at one of the local high schools.
Yeah, you know, we're really fortunate to have great support around America, and Harvard Westlake Schools, a place where, you know, we've had quite a few alumni that come out of Harvard Westlake to wrestle in colleges and around the country. In Ivy League, Gary Barrows runs the program here, does a super job. We've been longtime friends, and he loves the sport of wrestling and cares about it. Harvard Westlake is just a great support group for us. So tomorrow we're going to Don Bosco for weigh-ins, another program that supports our effort. You know, you got Aaron Pico and the Valencia boys that are all, you know, superstars on the kids level, and so we're excited about going over there to get our weight down with the Russians and have a good weigh-in with them.
And talk about the Russians coming out here. You know, they were just going to wrestle in New York and then making that commitment to come out here.
Well, you know, the Russians, make no mistake, you know, we're doing this together. We get on the mat, they want to win and we want to win really bad. But we get it. Without wrestling and without working together, we won't have the sport. So the Russians have the same goal we do, and that's to be the best team in the world, but also the ultimate responsibility and the accountability to the sport and working together.